Hi guys, it's Cash, and today I'm going to show you how I heal the Forgotten Experiments on Mythic difficulty as a Preservation evoker. So for this guide, I'm not going to deep dive into every boss ability, but I will talk about our guild strategy and more importantly, my rotation as a healer for this boss fight. I've got a VOD to show you of our most recent kill, and I'm going to talk us through it. First things first though, you may have noticed that I've moved house. I may sound a little different, the acoustics here are weird, the move completely sucked. I've basically raid logged for like 3 or 4 weeks now trying to get settled, but I will have some Mythic Plus content coming out for you, and I've definitely got some raid stuff in the works as well. But first, let's talk a little bit about rotation and when to use your cooldowns. Now, during the first phase with Neldris, he casts Roar, and you can easily counter this damage with a Spirit Bloom rotation. By this, I mean having as many echoes out as possible before the Roar, and then fully empowering a Spirit Bloom. Other than Roar, the damage in this phase is either spot healing, which isn't really our strong suit, or avoidable damage. Once Thaddeus comes out, his big scary ability is Volatile Eruption. This is 8 seconds of channel damage on the entire raid, and if you're following our timings, this happens for us at about 1:42 and then again at 2 minutes and 38 seconds. So the timing is pretty perfect if you want to open with a stasis. You could potentially use stasis for the first Roar, and then it'll be up again in time for the first Eruption, and you could pair this with Rewind and then also have Rewind up again for the last phase. You would then use Emerald Communion on the second Eruption, though there is a chance that that won't be up again during the encounter. It just depends on your timing. For us, it's like a 5-minute, 30-second fight, so I wouldn't have it up again. But you could also swap these around. You could use your Emerald Communion for the first Eruption and then use your Stasis also on the first Eruption to help you ramp into more echoes. Then you would use Rewind on the second Eruption. This one kind of appeals to me more. I haven't really tested it because after the Eruptions, there isn't really any more bursty raid-wide damage that Rewind would be able to heal back. There's just a lot of ticking damage. Just depends on how confident you are with ramping your Emerald Communion. So yeah, you wouldn't really need Rewind unless something bad happens.
Bombastic side eye.
For me though, because my raid leader hates me and doesn't care about my past and is thinking about the bigger picture or whatever, my stasis is assigned to clear the first bleeds. If you're not familiar with how to clear 3 bleeds using stasis, I go into more detail in this video here, but essentially what that means is my stasis isn't up in time for the first Eruption, so I stagger my cooldowns a little differently. I cover the first Roar with Emerald Communion, which means it's back up in time for a nasty overlap we have mid-fight, which means I use Rewind on the first Eruption, and then I have that up again at the end. I don't assign this Rewind to anything, I just kind of wait and see if it's needed somewhere.
Criminal offensive side eye.
Okay, so with that out of the way, let's go into pre-pool preparation. So something I noticed is that when combat starts, your essence gathering stacks disappear. Essence gathering is the 4-set buff. It's the stacks you build using empowered spells to get your 2 essence bursts. And when combat starts, these stacks completely reset. However, echoes that you put out before the pull stay active. They don't disappear at the start of combat. Imagine. So if you proc your 4-set by getting 4 stacks of essence gathering during the pull timer, you can get 2 extra echoes out. Now this isn't always the best strategy. Sometimes opening with stasis is going to be better, but as we just talked about, I'm opening with Emerald Communion, so squeezing out some extra echoes is the plan. So let's take a look at this VOD. Here it is, and you'll notice that I've already got my 3 stacks of essence gathering. So what I'm going to do to proc this is as soon as the pull timer starts, I'm going to send out a temporal anomaly, try to capture as many people as possible to put those shields out there. Then I'm going to Fire Breath off to the side, which will proc my 4-set and give me the Essence Burst, which I'll immediately spend on Echoes. Once the roll goes out and I finish my Emerald Communion, I immediately need to open Stasis so I can dispel all the bleeds. I'm pretty sure it's this pull, which is the kill, that I screw this up. As you can see, maybe you've noticed, but I have a new UI, and I redid some keybinds, and I think I accidentally Emerald Blossomed someone. You know, it's okay. I'm just out here trying my best. So let's watch that first little bit. Pull timer goes out, temporal anomaly, fire breath off to the side, and I get my essence bursts from essence gathering, and I'm just putting out as many echoes as possible. If you ever want to know how many echoes I have out, I have this here. It's a little annoying that the timer covers it. It's a new week, or I don't like it. Here goes the Roar. Burn Embrace, Emerald Communion. I get quite a few people with my Emerald Communion, but as soon as it's done, I'm going to open Stasis. Yeah, I throw out an Emerald Blossom, but I put the Cauterizing Flames in the other ones and dispel those. And now pretty much I'm just ramping up for the next roar, so Temporal Anomaly, spend as many echoes as possible. I think here I would normally try to cast some Living Flames. Oh, there I go. Oh, a little late. Okay, so normally you want to be casting Spirit Bloom while this is going. I'm a little behind. That's okay. So it's around about here, maybe 55% that we are asked by our raid leader to stop DPS. So you're going to see a lot of people just sort of standing around awkwardly for the next, like, 12 to 15 seconds, and that is because once Neldris reaches 50%, the second boss Thadrian comes out, and when Thadrian lands, as soon as he lands, he casts, I think it's called Volatile Spew, but it's essentially a lot of ground swirlies that you need to dodge, and the problem with that happening is that as soon as Thadrian lands, we're going to pop Bloodlust, and we want to burn him down as quickly as possible, because he's the real problematic boss. However, if you wait until this third roar is 100% complete, and then push Neldris to 50%. When Thadrian comes out, it changes his spell queuing, and he doesn't actually cast those ground swirlies, which means that you are free and clear to just pop Bloodlust and start burning Thadrian and cleaving off onto Neldris. I actually think I do. I have a video here of what happens. Here it is. So this is what happens when you push Neldris too quickly. So you can see we're around about the same time. We're at about 47 seconds. Rending Charge is going out. There's roar number 3. This is actually the pull before the kill. I don't think this is the reason we wiped, but you know, it made things much, much harder. So Neldris is at 51%. I'm pretty sure mid-cast. Yeah, mid-cast, he goes to 50%. We deal with the roar, and there's Thadrian, and as soon as he lands, oh yeah, it's called Volatile Spew. All these ground swirlies start appearing. And we pop Bloodlust, and things are everywhere, and we're moving and we're dancing. And like I said, it's not the reason that it wiped us, but it's just a complication that you don't need. You probably hear my raid leader telling us that. Bloodlust. Dance.
Yep, too early. If only we listen.
I'll just fast forward a second. Oh yeah, here, right here. The reason for this is that roar number 4 and roar number 5, right in the middle of them is an eruption. So you're sort of taking back to back to back damage if roar number 5 goes off. Again, it's not a huge problem, but it's something that you could potentially struggle with. And in this instance, roar number 5 actually does go off. So we've just recovered from eruption. And now this roar is going off, and it's just extra mana, extra cooldowns, extra time away from the boss while you're running out of range. It's a drop-off damage, the roar. So back to the kill video now, and we're at about the 48-second mark. Neldris is at 56%. I'm pretty sure we're about to be asked to hold. So yeah, all the DPS are just gonna stand around awkwardly for a second, because we need this Rending Charge to go off, and we need this roar to go off. I think here I'm fishing for Essence Burst, but I already have them. I think I'm just distracted by the call to stop DPS. I go ahead and use Tip the Scales here, which I'll go through in a second because I really, really, really wish I hadn't done that. Okay, so now what's happening is that we have roar number 4 coming up, and the reason I didn't want to use, I wish I didn't use Tip the Scales, is because alongside roar number 4 is Volatile Spew, which are the ground swirlies. So by using it, because I just had brain fog on the last one, I now need to stand still and empower Spirit Bloom, which can be tricky while the floor swirlies are going on. Now, the important thing with roar number 4 is that you want to get everyone topped up, because the eruption is coming soon after, and I know it looks like it's really far away, but by the time he's finished channeling his roar and the damage goes out and you top people up, you're going to see this eruption come up pretty soon afterwards. So here I'm just doing my normal preparation. I'm just fishing for some Essence Burst proc so I can put out a couple more echoes. I'm going to put out a Temporal Anomaly and then start empowering my Spirit Bloom. I just back up a little so I don't get hit by the ground swirlies. And you can see, look, this eruption is right here. I told you, it sneaks up on you. So for this eruption, I went through it at the beginning. I'm just going to, I'm pretty sure I canceled this Dream Breath. I'm going to Temporal Anomaly Rewind. So you want to give this a couple of ticks before you hit Rewind, because you want some damage to have come out first. And then Dream Breath just to keep everyone topped up. My stasis did come up in the middle of that, but I am holding it for Eruption number 2. And now Neldris is dead. Oh my god, look. This roar is going off. I'm prepared. I've got all my echoes out. I got Spirit Bloom up, but we kill him before that roar goes off. Like, we're fine. We're healthy. Like I said, it's not a deal breaker, but it's just, you know, something to aim for. So now that Neldris is dead, this changes our healing rotation because the only burst damage coming out now is from Eruption, which is 36 seconds away. I already know how I'm going to cover that. I've got Dreamflight and I've got Stasis, and so I'll be prepping those pretty soon. Other than that though, all the damage that's coming out for the rest of this encounter is all ticking damage. So something that we didn't talk about is the bombs. So you can see here in 16 seconds, new bomb number 3 is coming out. Make-A-Wish and Hist have the other 2 bombs, and that's the Unstable Essence. So Unstable Essence is a dot. In Mythic, it is permanent, and it pretty much just stacks up, and the higher it stacks, the more damage it does, and you have to dispel it from people. So you want to try to babysit those people. As I said before, spot healing is not really our forte, but you can't control your temporal anomaly, but you can manually put echoes on people that do have those. And the other thing that's going to happen is Ryanthus is going to come out soon once Thaddeus hits 50%, and Ryanthus has an ability called Disintegrate, which hits, it targets I think 4 or 5 people. They get a circle around them, and they also take pretty heavy damage. I think it's this video where I actually have both, and you're going to see how much healing I need and how much TLC I need. So you pretty much just want to be making sure that you're manually echoing people that have these debuffs. So now you're going to see me work Dream Breath a little bit more into the mix. So I'm going to be using Temporal Anomaly as well as a couple of echoes because there's a lot of ticking damage going on, and this is where Dream Breath really shines. Here I'm going to Spirit Bloom because I've been setting up for that roar. New bomb is coming out soon, and the thing with the bomb is that you're going to see this marker over here on X. That's where we're going to dispel them, and we try to line up the dispels with the new bombs coming out so that way people have the same thing. Oh, okay, I should probably mention this here. All right, so this over here is the front of the room. When Thaddeus comes out, he comes out on the left, and when Ryanthus comes out, he obviously comes out on the right where I am, and Ryanthus is going to give me just a little love tap. Thaddeus has one-shot me before. I got in trouble that time. I'm hoping no one saw it this time. And you'll also notice that I just opened my stasis. We're about 13 seconds away from the eruption. I'm going to put a Temporal Anomaly, a Spirit Bloom, and a Dream Breath in here. I'm kind of annoyed that I didn't Vote Embrace before. That's a really bad habit of mine. Try to remember to do it before your echoes go out. Yeah, just a little smooch from Ryanthus there. And we're getting ready for the eruption, so Spirit Bloom to keep everyone topped. It's good to have those hots rolling, Dream Breath going out, Fire Breath, because why not? In the Spirit Link. So I'm just going to release this stasis. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I Temporal Anomaly just to put out a couple more shields, and then I'm going to Dream Breath through. And here, I don't need to be here. I just landed here from the Dream Breath, but these 3 people are the people with the bomb, with the Unstable Essence. So we're about to dispel them. The new one's coming out, and I guess you can see what that looks like here. So you need to run out of this. Oh yeah. Okay, so I just get knocked around here. Oh yeah, okay, so just in case you didn't catch what happened, I've got a couple of debuffs now. So I have the bomb. So I got the Unstable Essence, probably because I was like very, very close to the dispel place. And I also have Disintegrate. Having these 2 things together really, really sucks, especially as your stacks of Unstable Essence get higher. So I'm going to pop a Health Stone. I'm going to use Renewing Blaze. I'm pretty sure I popped Zephyr, and I'm not going to lie, I have no idea if it helps, but I forgot to use it on the Eruption. So I was like, you know what, just whatever helps. And I also took a vulnerability debuff here from bumping that ball away. Yeah, so it hurts. Also, Disintegrate slows you. Like, look how slow I'm moving, so you really, really can't greed anything. Oh, okay, so what's gonna happen here? There are a couple strategies floating around. So we tried the first strategy, which is where the people with the Unstable Essence debuff wait until after the Deep Breath. So we just hold these stacks. We need a lot of healing because the stacks get up pretty high, like into the 15s and 16s. after the deep breath, and that means that we can do the dispel. We're not trying to get out of the way of the deep breath or anything like that. We can nuke down the ads and just go from there. And we tried that a few times, and sometimes it would go well, and sometimes it was just a little too hard. I don't know if it's our healing profile or just the timing of when we're doing the dispels previously, but for whatever reason that just wasn't working for us. So we're doing a different strategy here, where our raid leader in a second is about to call for everyone with the debuff to get dispelled before the deep breath. In this instance, we're going to bait it in the middle, so we're going to get called to moon, and that means that when Ryanthus goes up for his deep breath, he will deep breath through the middle, and then we're going to bait him over to one side, so he will deep breath down the side, and that means we can move back into the middle, DPS down those ads, and just continue on as normal. So I throw out a Spirit Bloom, I come in for the Dispel, which I like desperately need. I'm glad we're not waiting, and then I shoot off. Oh, okay, that's the other thing. I shoot off to the right-hand side of the room, and you can see with a couple of other people that have Disintegrate, and everyone else has gone to the left, so they're baiting to the left. I shot over to the right because I have this Disintegrate debuff and I don't want to hurt other people with it. But the thing here is that this is that nasty overlap that I was talking about. Because I had the Dispel and because I had the Disintegrate, I'm behind in my rotation. I'm on the wrong side of the room from everybody else. So I still do it, but it's a bit late and it's like a really dodgy ramp. I just throw this Temporal Anomaly out and hope it hits some people over that side. I just put Echoes out wherever I can. Like, it's not great, but it happened. And the other thing that happened here is that during all of that chaos, Thadderin died, which is great. Oh my god, look at that Dispel. It's perfect. But that's great because that means that we don't have any new bombs coming out. We just have the ones that we need to deal with, which I'm pretty sure we have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so it looks like we have 5 out on the raid. And so from here on out, it's essentially just keeping these orbs away from Ryanthus. I haven't really had much interaction with them yet because I had the double debuff before, but I'm about to get all up in their business real soon. Keeping the orbs away from Ryanthus, dispelling people, and dodging the deep breath. So from here, it sounds like it should be pretty easy. So I've got Stasis coming up soon. I'm just going to use it on cooldown. I'm pretty sure it's a really scuffed Stasis. Just people are getting a bit low and the deep breath is sneaking up on me. So I just want to get something out. I'm just going to push this ball away. And we have deep breath coming up in 6 seconds. So we do our Dispel. We're trying to bait the deep breath to the middle. And now everyone's going to bait him over that side and we can kill the ads. Yeah, and I've just made like a super strange Stasis, but I'm going to release it pretty soon. Oh, this is where the balls nearly kill me. First up, you'll notice I'm using Dream Breath a lot more because there's a lot of ticking damage, but this is where the balls nearly kill me. So I bump this one, and then someone knocks that one into me. Look, my Spore Cloak saves my life. So no hate on the Spore Cloak there. Do not take 3 stacks of that debuff unless you're very geared or you've got a personal rolling, which I didn't. So you can see here now we have like nothing else going on for 17 seconds. I'm pretty sure I Temporal Anomaly here just to give these people a shield. I think from memory I just Dream Breath all the way through because I don't have any debuffs or anything like that. And Ryanthus is, you know, nearly dead. I'm pretty sure we're gonna do one more deep breath and then he's, you know, we're good to go. Oh yeah, no, I do remember this one actually. So we're trying to get this Dispel here on Circle, but I don't know what happened here. Someone, I don't know if they dispelled themselves, or if they were right on the edge of the Master Spell and they weren't quite on the marker, but this one's a little bit scuffed. Like the ads are pretty spread out. The deep breath is coming. And what actually happens here, so I didn't tell you about this, but I'm sure you know, these ads, the reason you need to nuke them down is because they cast Erratic Burst and you can't interrupt it or anything like that. And when they do that, it's huge raid-wide damage. So what's happening right now is that he's doing a deep breath right down the side there. We've all accidentally baited into the middle, a burst goes off, and I hit rewind.
Bombastic side eye.
So, oh, and I also almost died of the deep breath. That's why I don't assign rewind to anything at the end here. I just kind of use it when it feels right. And that's how you do the Forgotten Experiments on Mythic difficulty. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that helped. I'm also thinking of setting up a Discord server soon, so if you want to put in the comments below whether you would be interested in joining, that would be great. I don't want to sit in a Discord server by myself, but I would love to chat about Evoker things, answer any questions. You can request content you want to see. So yeah, let me know if you're interested, and I will get it set up if I feel like there are going to be people out there who want to chat with me. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it.